And we are
Google?
live, which is almost as good as live. It's even better. It's live. It's glad
What
to be live.
what is glive? Can you define that for me?
Glad to be live.
Oh,
Duh.
okay.
God, how do you not know these things, bro?
You know, I'm not an expert at Brad lingo.
No GNUs is good GNUs.
This sounds like bullshit.
Also, what the hell was that ad? I just got an ad for ladies' clothes.
Well, we were talking about coming out of the closet. So, Brad, congratulations. Just in time for June.
Hell yeah. The new mission's coming. Did they confirm all of that?
Yeah, they had an article this morning
The
saying
pariah, they're focusing on the crons. The pariah nexus. You know, I really thought that they were gonna finish off the fact that there was an entire hive feet standing outside of Terra, basically.
was it Brian Nexus? So 2022,
2000 and late, yo.
22. Like, was it that last season or last edition?
Well, the Necrons were supposedly trying to close the rift. So, in the story, they kind of left multiple things hanging. So, Leviathan's basically is making its way towards Terra. I mean, it's still got a lot of way to go, but it's closer than anything has been. It's basically just fucking smack dab in the middle of the Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, obviously, the Dawn just Voltron the sky and had the Eye of Terra become the Great Rift, which cut the galaxy in half. And one of the things the Necrons were doing, because for those that know, the pylons, like, for instance, the pylons in Cadia were Necron creations that kept chaos at bay. So Necron's technology is so sick that it can actually affect the warp. They have anti-warp tech, even though they don't have psychers. So they were supposedly trying to close down the rift as part of their storyline. They were working on it, you know what I mean? So that they could basically close the rift down, because the rift being open just makes everything suck for them just stealing the world. You know what I mean? So it is a big deal.
I still want to know what happened to the Yakarn.
Tell me why they have rapid escalation being limited at 200 points of shit off the board.
Because they come in on the turn one.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's battle line units being able to come on turn one.
I like that a lot. Oh, Brad Likey. You know why? I could play some Green Tide and bring a unit in on turn one. 20 bros and a guy. 2 broke brothers and a microphone. T-Zones go burr with it? Yes, they do. No one really wants to be hit by 10 warp flamers coming in on turn 1. Zoiki's Batman. That doesn't seem like something I want to happen. KR. Sorry, bro. 4 custodian guard can come out. What is 20 bros and a guy? I don't think it is, actually. I gotta look now. How much is 20 bros?
I think it is. They're really cheap. I think it's like 85 for 10 of them.
Hold, please, sir. Let me go to the Allen Tide. 20 boys is $170. So you couldn't put a bro with it, because you'd be over the 200 point limit. But still, I wouldn't mind a 20-man boy unit just kind of popping in. It's close too, because Weird Boy is 55, so you're 25 points over the limit. But still,
there's zero chance that Orc Boys don't go up in points.
There's
the summer.
Shit. Barely even saw any Green Tide, bro. You don't even know.
Yeah, I'm about to know.
You know, maybe people don't want to play Horde anymore. How about that? Green Tide for life, baby. I think the Green Tide's like wildly the best attachment after playing with it.
Yeah, because you get 100 or 20 boys for 170 points. That's insane. 5-up pinball, rerolling ones, and you could give them like cheap feel no pain. Seems pretty good. Now, is the field of pain an aura, or is it just because the character's attached?
Because the character's attached. It's 5
And
up in it's 5 up invul and reroll ones.
That's
Is the
it's
detachment
super
roll.
strong. Yeah, and they're all T5, right?
They are all T5. What's this? Mission rule. It's one of the missions.
So you know how they have the secondary mission where you have, you can't deep strike on this objective. That's more of the same thing, I think.
Scrambler fields.
Yeah, that's more of the same thing. So it'll never be used at a tournament.
That's the only reason I'm not running fucking Green Tide is it will kill me. So I am running Warhorde this weekend. And I'm running Warhorde because I'm running when I'm going to be playing, when I'm potentially playing for ATC, and I'm defending at ATC. If I wasn't defending for ATC, I'd be running Bully Boys. Because I think Bully Boys has the potential to really get big wins. But if I have to do what I do, which is just take bad matchups out of the way, I can't just do that with Bully Boys.
As a person who's ultimately responsible for the pairings, you could make it so you're not, the first
and
defender.
I could try to be the best individual scorer at a team tournament. Yeah, fuck off. or counterpoint, I could try to have my team win the event, which seems better.
That's very difficult to do.
Well, you gotta have people. Also, I just have to, when you have a bad job, you need to make sure that you have it. What's terraforming do? I can't read that. Somebody tell me what that does. I don't have my glasses on.
You do an action on an objective, you get more points throughout the game if you do the action.
Explain it again, because that's
so
just like cleanse.
If you hold the objective, you get 4 points. If you do the action and the action completes, then you get a bonus 2 points.
When does the action complete?
I didn't read that closely.
Oh my god, how are you so lame?
I don't know. I didn't think we were going to be talking about this today.
Garrett, there's no point in me 1v1ing you, because I would be doing triple windmill dunks on you, yo. Raise the banners high. Terraform, this looks kind of cool, though. Starts in your shooting phase. Not within your deployment zone. Yes. Each of the objective markers is terraform when you do it. I like that quite a bit.
Makes it a little more interactive.
And yeah, because you have to hold it for a turn. Yeah. Well, that's big. We were talking about that before because I wanted more objectives or just mission secondaries and mission primaries that you had to do things that your opponent can interact with you. You know what I mean? So these aren't just straight killy, but they are making you have to be in danger close. And I think that's a big deal. Brad's scared to play me. I heard him last night in my dreams.
I mean, you were actively dodging both me and Brad at the last tournament we were all at.
He's just weaving.
He was like, oh no, Brad and Brandon are here. Can't play either one of them.
We are definitely not allowed to talk about CSM. Also, it was so annoying that they used to say that this is like a playtester thing of the old playtesters, and now like that's just a full entire codex that was released. It wasn't like a couple pages or a rumor here and this. It's like, here is the codex. I uploaded the whole thing. Like that's not a leak, man. That is a broken pipe. that was crazy, dude. It was just like, here's the fucking rules.
So when does it actually come out?
CSM?
Yeah.
June next month. Probably before ATC.
Well, you'll have to schedule a stream with all the Chaos nerds like Kyle and maybe Josh.
Oh, I'm gonna rock it. Let's talk about Marked for Death. Read that to me. Can you see this?
I'm literally not even looking at the computer screen.
This makes me sad. Where's my glasses?
I don't know why you expected me to be looking at the computer screen during a hobby stream. All right, let's see.
Well, you've got multiple screens. Everybody's got multiple screens. You know what I can read? Out of the
All
words
right,
on that
mark for
screen,
death.
I can read
When
mark for death.
drawn, your opponent must select 3 units from their army on the battlefield. If there are only 1 or 2 units from their army on the battlefield, they must select those units. If there are no units from their army on the battlefield, discard this card and draw a new secondary card. So if you table somebody, you don't score it. Okay. Um, when, at the end of either player's turn, 1 or more of the selected units were destroyed or removed from the battlefield for any reason this turn, you
Well,
get
this
5
is hard
points.
as shit, man. Mark for death sounds terrible because I'm just gonna mark everything in my backfield. You choose this round one, I'm gonna be like, Gretchen, a war boss. Just like fucking, you're just
Yeah.
not getting there.
It's more interactive though, Brad.
Don't table people. This one's terrible. It's not interactive because you get it early. And your opponent just chooses everything that's nowhere near you in Guam, basically, and you're never gonna get that. Oh, that one's rough. This one feels worse than capture enemy outpost on turn one. It doesn't say you can't select a character. Yeah,
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah. Remy's losing his mind right now. Yeah, this is CP 100% KR. But does Eloise, do you appreciate that I put you in the stream here?
Eloise is upstairs.
Yeah, that's why I put her as the sock puppets and said it's Eloise.
Oh, okay. Which one's Eloise? I there's still 2 of them, so I need to know which one's which.
She can choose. One's you, one's her.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm taller than her. I'll be the redheaded one.
It's the Custodes Terminator cap in the unit. Yeah. I mean,
That's not
awful.
very interactive. That seems pretty bad.
This seems like straight up CP. Oof. Yeah,
Unless
man.
you're just completely destroying your opponent, then
Sure, but I mean, really? All right, let's talk about secret missions. Secret missions. Have hidden from your opponent till the end of the game, and with 4 secret missions, these are basically gambits.
yeah, they replace gambits with this.
Well, let's see if they suck or not. Secret missions themselves reach to seek enough that that a canny opponent can guess what you're trying to do. Mainly because there's 4 of them. So you need to obfuscate your movements. Oh Jesus. Let's see. Secret mission attacker, command insertion. Your warlord is within range of 1 or more objective markers in your opponent's deployment zone that you control for 20 victory points. I mean, I would choose it if I thought I was going to rickroll somebody, but at that point in time, why do I need to risk it? See War of Attrition. 1 or more battle line units in your army are within your opponent's deployment zone, and one of the following conditions applies. There are no battle line units from your opponent's army on the battlefield. Every battle line unit from your opponent's army that is on the battlefield is within your opponent's deployment zone. That's actually really good. I would choose this. I would choose this. I would choose this right now.
You know how right now you're limited to 50 primary points? By picking these secret missions, if you decide to go that way, you're limited to 40. So the max amount of points you can score is 90. So that could be bad.
No, limited to 40. Yeah. I was to say I'm already going to score 100 with Green Tide, so why limit myself to 90? I mean, if you've got like crazy battle line, when do you choose these though?
I think you choose them at the beginning of the game.
Secret missions.
There's some strong feelings I have about anything that is quote unquote secret and scoring points because there are plenty of ways to manipulate this.
Yeah, well, it's at the end of the 3rd round. If you're getting.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like people have been known to do some shady stuff with secret cards. Remember
Whatever.
Maelstrom back in 7th and 8th?
Yeah, but it's 4, man. If you can stack the 4, I guess it's end of 3.
Well, you pick, right?
What do you mean you pick?
It's not random. You pick which one.
Yeah. Just pick one card from the secret mission deck and hide it. I just picked. Like if I was playing something like Vital Ground with Green Tide, and you hadn't scored a ton of points because your opponent pushes you off, you're playing Green Tide or Vital Ground, Supply Drop, something where you're not getting a ton, and you got a decent amount. I could see myself like slamming down like War of Attrition and just pushing all my battle line units into your deployment zone, especially on like a sweeping engagement or something like that. They chose a tactic called lying.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, oh, I drew this one. Oh, I actually drew this one, and you have no way of verifying it.
You just fucking no. Yes, you do. You don't be a fucking clown about it. You literally, if you have a secret mission, you set it up in the middle. You basically put it on the board on an objective.
Yeah, because no one has ever cheated at Warhammer 40K to gain a minor tactical advantage.
Hand your opponent the secret mission, man. Fucking Jesus Christ! It's not that hard to stop. Hey, man, could you put your secret mission up here on the table? Like, no, you put it in your pocket. Okay. It's just not that hard, dude. What are you playing fucking guys that are doing the shell game on you all the time in the middle of the game? Like,
I mean, there's been accusations of people doing that at tournaments, though. So
you're like, okay, don't play 40K versus professional magicians or street performers.
I mean, there's been people who like use their water bottle to slam it on the table to move models a half inch closer.
You got one of the things that has the little cards pop out from your sleeve, you know, the mechanical thing that hands you the card. I hope these are like gambits they ignored. I mean, I don't even remember what the gambits are anymore. Has anybody in chat, has anybody done a gambit? And not at your house. A lot of
tournaments just straight up ban them, so.
I mean, you count your cards. I count my cards every game.
Yeah, but do you count your opponent's cards?
No, because I'm wildly lazy.
You see what yeah.
Scary won a tournament game with one? Of course he did. Scary does the weirdest shit. I love him. He's a very nice dude. But man, Scary does weird shit. We played at a really great game. We played at Studs and Snotlings when I won Studs and Snotlings 2 years ago, and we were playing on stream, and Scary was just doing the craziest shit ever to keep himself in the game, like just backflipping all his Dark Eldar, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep pushing forward. What else do we got here? Secret mission, Shattered Cohesion. There are no units from your opponent's army on the battle. You just tabled them?
Yes.
Every unit from your army, or every unit from your opponent's army that is on the battlefield meets one or more of the following conditions: battle shock, below half strength, 3 inches away from all objective markers. I mean, that feels easier than just fucking tabling somebody. How often are you tabling someone and never have taken any primary points? I can actually see doing.
I feel like these cards reward people who just want to be like, you know what? To hell with objectives.
These are role leaders. Look at these are so much better than gambits, though. Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000,000 times better.
I'm never going to use them. I want that 100-point win.
I mean, Unbroken Wall seems legit. Just control 3 or more objective markers that are not with your deployment zone. If you go second, I can see myself choosing this all the time.
Yeah, but you're capping yourself 10 points. You don't want to lose because of that.
Yeah, but what happens if like you didn't? I'm saying you're choosing this on 3. So if you haven't, like, if your opponent's playing Unending Swarm, Green Tide, he's playing something that really dominates early on primary, and you're kicking the shit out of them, then you could choose this if you're going second. You know what I mean? And then go, okay, I'm going to control all of them. Better than a turd, it's still a skid mark. Oh, that means nothing to me. It says Pariah Nexus mission deck contains 69 cards.
Oh, yeah.
So is it still 16? That would be 32.
Well, you get 2 decks, so 32. And then you have all the mission cards and all that stuff. And then there's 4 of each gambit, I guess.
I'm just trying to... Did they say that there were still 16 secondaries?
I would assume so.
You know what happens when you assume?
I'm generally right.
Probably do some hand jobs in a parking lot.
I mean, we did talk about closet action
today. There's 3 new primary missions, which is nice to see. You know what I mean? We haven't been playing the same shit for a while. How many new secondary missions are there? All of them? I really hope they change the fixed. I think that it's too easy right now to take fixed in some missions. or against certain armies. You know what I mean? You're playing like Hammer and Anvil, and your opponent's playing a lead army. You're just like behind and deploy, and you're not going to ever do anything about it. You know what I mean? Or you don't get to play the game. Sorry for all my sniffing. I am allergic to the earth. Goddamn earth trying to kill me. You know what I should do? You are full screen. Brandon, what are you making today? And it looks like you're making something so complex that you actually need the directions.
I am yes. Thank you, Brad, for asking after 20 minutes. I appreciate it. So I have a unit of Kroot Rampagers that I'm working on, but I'm not going to make them Kroot Rampagers. I'm going to convert them into Kroot Talks because we need some more Kroot Talks in my life.
Aren't they the same kit?
Nope.
Really?
So if you could buy 3 Rampagers for I think $60 if without discounts, or you could buy a single Kroot Talks for $40. But the cool part is that the Kroot Talks kit, because I already own 3 of them, they come with a rider, 2 riders, and 2 different weapon loadouts. So I'm going to use the spare rider and the spare weapon loadout and put them on these Rampagers, and they should fit.
Well, that seems pretty awesome. So, have you got any of them done yet?
No, I'm working on the first one.
All right,
but
I didn't know if you had anything rock and rolled so far.
I literally just started when you started talking.
Got it. Zach, the codexes that came out this year are lackluster. Definitely not lackluster in points, or not, I'm sorry, in power level, but with reasonable amount of model support as crew. I mean, orcs literally got 1 model. So, yeah, we didn't exactly rock the docks on models. Did Dark Angels get any models?
Yeah, they got the Unforgiven. They got a new Terminator kit. They got a bunch of new characters.
Oh, I forgot about they got
a whole bunch of new stuff.
I forgot about the Unforgiven. Yeah, they did get stuff.
It's just they're all bad.
So what did AdMech get any? Yeah, AdMech got the dude on stilts.
Yeah. My only complaint about the Kroot is that there's no big centerpiece model. I feel like it was a missed opportunity for them to not have like a Greater Narlock or some big ass Kroot dinosaur thing to help carry a Kroot only detachment.
Dude, they literally need a giant squig outside model.
Yeah, they just needed one big model, and
yeah.
Eloise locked me in the closet today.
He busted out of the closet. Marines and Nids were last year, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I was looking about the model. Well, Dark Angels were last year.
I mean, Dark Angels came out in January.
Yeah, they were still this year. Yeah. But
they came out with a whole bunch of new stuff.
So I say if you're not power level for the codexes, but then what is it? Tau and Dark Angels are tied for the amount of new shit they got, model wise, not rules wise.
This year, yes. Actually, there are way more Kroot kits. And then there's also the limited edition Ethereal that came out for store anniversaries. Who's pretty cool.
Pretty sneaky, sis. Connect 4.
I would have loved some just big Kroot model. And I feel like we still need Vespid.
I see. Apparently, Eloise is calling you out because you also have Brad level allergies where you just go outside and go, well, this is awful.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I touch certain plants, I just get an immediate rash. Like, I'm allergic to wasps and bees and mosquitoes and stuff like that. And then we have to do some gardening out front because we kind of let it go awry. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like dying because I see a literal hornet's nest right here. I'm not going near this.
I just start snotting and sneezing immediately upon the outside, which makes my daily bike rides kind of a pain in the ass. Because I want to do enough cardio to not die, but I'd also not to feel like the worst ever.
Brad, show your new knobs. Because you've been painting a lot. You've been painted like 10 boys, like a 15 Gretchen,
yep,
a whole bunch of knobs. Let's see.
I've got on this tournament I packed it up already. Also, I want everybody to know that between Snigs and DeFrank, they made sure that I had all of the units and all of the characters that I'm supposed to have before I was able to leave.
I'm proud of you.
You know what? I'm telling you right now, I've got it. I even got this stuff set up. Brad knobs. Bam! There they are. This is my older one too. I have a better pic. You know what? I'll show you the better picture.
Okay.
Because hold on. Because in my infinite power, I have a picture somewhere of all of the knobs.
So in orc lore, what does orange do? Does orange have a special ability?
Orange is shit. Purple you can't see. Red makes you go faster. Orange just looks cool because I can see the color.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Who did I send this to? Do. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Oh no. Where did I send the 20 knobs to?
You probably sent to Kramer and I and Eloise.
I gotta figure out where it is so I can download it here. Orange is cunning. There you go. See, all my guys are cunning. But they're cunning yet brutal.
Not brutal yet cunning.
They're cunning first, bro. They're quick thinkers. They do things and stuff. And that's important. Kiara, did I send you the... Yeah, see? I knew I could count on it. I sent KR the picture of it. Hold on. Here's all 20 knobs in their glory. I'm even going to title this 20 knobs. Doing stuff. Maybe even things.
So how are you going to paint their bases, though?
I'm going to get new bases for them. But there's my 20 knobs. I even painted all the bases black. You know, or the rim of the bases.
It's a lot of knobs.
20 knobs painted by Brad. Who knew?
Who knew that Brad? I think I'm rubbing off on you, or you've been replaced by somebody who's like a clone of you.
I mean, that's a great possibility. There's no way that I've survived this long.
I also like the nod to Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar.
There's off to the right. There's a glass of wine also, because that's the only way I can paint.
I mean, how many bottles of wine have you had while painting?
We downed a Magnum the week before, so only one that day. So, these are the knobs that were made for me. I just painted over them.
Oh.
Because, well, that would mean I'd have to get new models. That's crazy talk.
So how does it feel that now it sounds like you have, what, like 800 points painted?
I've got, what do I got? I got a unit of boys, I got a unit of Gretchen, and 20 knobs that I've painted so far.
How does that make you feel? Because you, for those who don't know, Brad has never painted or built his own army.
True story. I'm having a good time, weirdly enough. I'm trying to make sure that I don't have any real deadlines or any pressure to what they look like. I mean, I'm trying to paint them my best. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to slap paint on them, but I'm also not worried if they look awesome or not, because I'm not a good painter. I've never been a painter.
But so, they're looking pretty good so far. You got some 3D printed sculpts that are unique.
Yep, and I'm enjoying just hanging out painting, and I don't want to change that. So I don't want to have to be worried about getting anything ready at any particular time. Exactly. Everybody else does that. I need 900 points at 7 days. Here we go. I'm not a good enough painter to do any of that, but also I never in a million years, it's been 25 years and I just started painting. And I don't want to take out the fact that I've just been enjoying having a drink, chilling out, and painting. I also still have extra training wheels on, because what happens is Snigs puts the paints in order and I put that color on those pieces. It's like, all right, this is skin, this is shirts, this is pants, this is leather stuff. And I just go in order and do it.
But that's good though. I mean, he Jason is a good teacher for stuff like that, and it shows. Like I've seen other stuff that you've painted, and it doesn't look nearly as good as this stuff.
I'm taking my time on it too. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to paint. My goal is to have my army done for ATC, and that's what, 2 months? So
yeah, exactly.
So I've got 2 months to put together the rest of it. And if I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I just, I want it to be done, but if it's not, I will just borrow more models. So
yeah, it's up. Are you proud of yourself though?
I'm not proud. I'm just happy to do it. I mean, I want to have more stuff at the house. The biggest thing in 10th edition is that we have over the years collected so many models, and unfortunately I've gotten so many things lost / stolen / broken because, well, sometimes things happen. But it was tough to put together some armies even though we have a ton of shit, because different guns are better, different loadouts are better, and we just didn't have everything ready to go. Thanks, Zach. Now you see how easy. Now you know why I don't feel bad for the guy who lost a game by 6 points because his army wasn't painted and mine was. Like, screw you, bum. Paint your army. Painting stuff that's small is awful. I was thinking about painting Dark Eldar, and I don't think I want to do that. I had such a problem with the Gretchen. I have to get better magnifying glasses. I was using just regular readers, but I realized my vision's too shit for that. And I have to get some magnification because I didn't even know that certain things are even on the models. No, I can't even imagine, Eloise. The sisters have way too much shit on them. Shit, I didn't even know that Gretchen had a bunch of shit on them until Snakes made me look at them underneath his magnifying lamp. And then I was like, oh, there's like a skull on their chest and a bunch of other shit. And I'm like, oh. He's like, dude, you gotta fucking start painting with better magnification. Because I just didn't even know that shit existed. It's not like I didn't paint it. I didn't know it was there. You know what I mean? So there was no chance I was painting it. Because I have a hard time with shadings, and especially when you're looking at something primed, you know what I mean? I need to really zoom in because I already have problems seeing one color from the next. So when you have very tiny things, I can't see it. And I'm going to start using that, Mike. I think I'm just going to go with the magnified glasses deal, like the super hardcore, like bifocal looking guys. But I think I need 3.
You're going to pull off the Sigourney Weaver and Ghostbusters too?
Kind of. But I think I need to zoom in like a lot more, like for when I'm doing stuff. So, because like I said, I wasn't even seeing some of the detail to bother to be able to paint. It's not like I was trying not to paint it. I just didn't know it was there. So that's a big deal on that. Is I want to make sure that I have the knowledge that I have it there. So, but I've been having a good time doing it, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I was.
So you're telling me that when you come down here, you're going to paint models with me?
I am.
And we're going to record it?
Yes. Well, I was going to start saying that I want to start. I'm going to start a paint stream. I just wanted to get some stuff done and get comfortable with it. Yeah, the Gretchen are tiny. That's what I'm worried about with the Dark Eldar, though, because like my hands still shake. So I'm worried about trying to do super small shit. Because I was getting a little, with a huge amount of frustration, but like the Gretchen where I had to repaint over, and it's nice that the contrast paints are hydrophobic. So like if I screw up, I literally just take a dab of water and go deep and it goes away. So that's nice.
Yeah, I was watching Eloise paint the Arcoflagellants, and I feel like they're almost the same as Dark Eldar, but she broke off so many of the whips painting them. And not because she's just being an aggressive painter, it's just
they're tiny,
so fragile.
Dude, that's what I'm still worried about the Dark Eldar. Like the orcs have enough like oomph, like everybody's a big, a big enough dude where I'm actually really excited to paint Meganobs. That's my next, when I get back, I'm painting Meganobs. So I'm excited for those guys because it's like a really big models that I want to get into. Uh, Johnny, do you think Gaz is worth it or cut and add more stuff? Depends on the army, to be honest with you. I don't think he fits in Green Tide. That's my opinion on that. I'm running him in Warhorde, um, and I'd probably run him in Bully Boys, but I don't think I'd run him in Green Tide. I just think that Green Tide just wants to lean into what Green Tide is. Like the current list that John and I were pushing yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I don't even know what day it is. At some point in time in the past, we did 6 20-man squads, 2 Weird Boys, 3 Pain Boys, 3 War Bosses, 3 Gretchen, 3 Storm Boys, and Snickrock, and I think something else in there. But like the big thing is that you're just being able to score with the Storm Boys and then just completely closing off your backfield with the Gretchen and then just taking the board and just denying your opponent points. I don't think you need to water it down by trying to have more hard target removal. So I just think you just lead into what they're good at. So it's a big deal in that.
So speaking of lists, tomorrow we reviewing list?
We're reviewing list tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oops. And then when is your flight to North Carolina? Is that Friday?
Friday morning. And then I'm flying to you Thursday morning next week.
Yes. Are you ready for all the travel? Get
No.
those frequent flyer miles?
I do want the frequent flyer miles, but I'm not ready for all the travel. I am ready to already be home. I haven't left yet.
Well, I mean, while you're here though, so Mike, who's in the chat, and Hunter Nichols are going to be staying at our house too. So you guys can all, shower together to save the environment.
Probably not, but we will burn down the environment. It's going to be a good time. I always have a great time. It's just like being away that long is just, I have good days, I have bad days.
Do you think you're going to change your list at all to reflect player place terrain at that event, or are you just
gonna... No, I'm going to be, here's the thing. I want to test my list for teams more than I want to tool up my army for a particular tournament. If I was bringing an army to win Rocky Top, I would bring a shooting army because player place terrain favors the shooting armies way more than it does the hand-to-hand armies.
I agree.
Nicotine plus caffeine equal protein. Have you ever watched MS Paints? I have not. Who is that?
I guess it's a YouTuber. I haven't.
I want to check. I will check him out. My thing is just I have my hands literally shake. I've got carpal tunnel and nerve damage in my hands.
Yeah, well, that's why he's recommending MS Paints.
Yeah, no,
because if you have multiple sclerosis, your hands are shaking.
I agree with it. I'll check him out. To be honest with you, I've been what I do is I just the contrast paints, and I get to be effectively a little sloppy, and then there's only at the end I have to be focused. You know what I mean? Because I can kind of slather on the contrast paints in the spots where I want it, and then I don't have to be very precise.
I'm actually going to be painting. So I have 9 crew talks. I have the new Lone Spear, 60 crude, a bunch of Farstalkers. And I thought about it. Like, I thought about just hand brushing everything, but I think I'm just going to use contrast paints. Like, it's so much faster.
I think contrast paints are the only reason that I've been getting into painting. I was very trepidatious about going back to painting.
Yeah.
But then with the contrast paints, I feel like I'm doing an infomercial on contrast paints now. But the contrast paints really allowed me to be calm and secure about painting.
Yeah, I mean, painting is my least favorite part of the hobby. I rather build, I rather play,
See, I'm not going to build anything. This is still, I've never been a hobbyer, and I say that maybe 25 years from now, somehow I'm still alive and now I'm an avid model builder, but that still is something I don't want to do, and I'm terrible at.
Yeah, Eloise and I did buy like one of every kind of orange contrast paint because I want to see which color works the best with my crude army.
Yeah, I don't even fix. The funny thing is Snigs, I've tried to do a little bit of model repair work, and Snigs gets so frustrating watching me that he just pushes me out of the way and just fixes them. Like all the knobs had been busted up, and I was like, well, I want to paint them, and he's just like, just hand them to me. I just fixed all of them. I'm just like, yeah, there's no chance that he's gonna do that with me. He's just like,
So
no.
speaking of broken models, Eloise and I went to the game store on Saturday, and she's playing against Mr. Sean Dice with Rice,
Sean
trying
Dice
to
with Rice.
yep, and she's just trying to get more practice in against different opponents. And so she brings her armies, and because we're at a game store, there's a whole bunch of people who don't play 40K as much as we do. They're high schoolers, and they're like, "Oh, your army looks so cool, good job." And then they start touching the models, and then they break the models. And Eloise didn't realize they broke the models, and said, "If you break those models, I will break your legs."
Look at Eloise
So
just
the
picking on children. This is how it is.
so
You
I
can't take the French with you anywhere.
so the kid's absolutely terrified as to what just happened. And he's like, "I have super glue, I can fix that." I'm like, "You no, just hand me the glue, go sit over there, you high schooler, I don't trust you. I will fix the model. I will not let her break your legs."
I
And
love
then we'll be good. So I fixed the model, no legs were broken. The kid did not talk to her for the rest of the time we were there, which was really awkward because this happened right at the beginning, and we were there for like 3 hours.
I love everything about this. Damn French lady said she was gonna kill everyone.
Damn kids. It was pretty funny. I didn't realize what she said. Like, I thought, they were just looking, and they started holding the model in their hand. I didn't realize they actually broke it when she said that. It was afterwards.
The fact you need to get a shirt with that. 5'4" cube with boobs. What's the most breaking army? Like, what's the most fragile army?
Oh, Sisters of Battle. Holy shit. Sisters are so.
I don't think they still don't, I don't think they hold a candle to Dark Eldar. Dude, Dark Eldar has every single person.
if you build Sisters like they are described to be built in the construction manual, with all the random doves and the little crowns with all the little spikes on them, and all the flying stands that are connected by the most minuscule of pegs, they break everywhere.
Necrons are fairly solid about stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Eloise did kill like 6 Zangor Enlightened at a tournament. She accidentally knocked 3 on the floor when we were playing in the Michigan GT doubles. They broke, obviously, and then the teammate's friend was laughing so much that he accidentally knocked the other 3 down off the floor.
But Admech also break a lot. Does it break as much as when Nick power slammed Ganyo's Dreadnought? That's still my favorite broken model thing. When he tried to catch it, volleyball spiked it down, stepped on it, and then just poured glue on the model and just kind of held pieces in thing. It was fantastic.
Didn't you have a story like that when the model was magnetized and you disassembled
Oh,
everything?
I did that to Snakes. So I went to Nova. It was a year the last time I won Nova. So I went to Nova and I took Snakes' Riptides. And I play this is a 7th edition, with the Riptide formation. I brought Eldar with Riptide formation. And Snakes is always giving me the speech, "Don't break my models, you son of a bitch." And I'm like, "No problem." And I actually took my time and I took the arms, the weapons and the backpacks off, and I wrapped everything up and I put them all in the Tupperware and I brought him back, and I was like a proud puppy laying him out in front of him. And Snigs looks at me and just like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Look, I got them all separate." He's like, "None of that shit's magnetized. You just ripped off all the arms and the backpacks, the heads, asshole." And I'm like, "Well, you should magnetize that." He's like, "What the fuck, man? You literally ripped off everything." What is wrong with you? Like, I really thought I was doing a good thing here. Custodes don't break. They don't win games either. They used to, though. You only broke the Revenant Titan because you were just ham-fisting it. That's a gigantic model. You could make it not break.
Also, with Necrons, if you break the model, it's fine because then you could just like reconstruct it and it looks perfectly normal.
Oh, it's because it just has uses its nanotechnology.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you just use some paper clips or something and put the leg back together. It'll be fine.
It's just every time I use the Dark Eldar, I feel like I have as many broken pieces as I have models. It's just like a pile of random crap.
I mean, I intentionally cut all that shit off. Like, is it modeling for advantage? No, it's modeling for my sanity because I just don't want to deal with that shit.
Big hand break, tiny model, Michael Smash. Yes. All of the things, some of the stuff. But what the fuck? Exactly. The flimsy T31 when people are flimsy. Yeah. I mean, ooh. I mean, let's pick an individual model. Tell me something that breaks more than old obliterators where all the guns were on the end of the nub. Because you had that nub that you glued every weapon in and they had one of each.
Individual model?
Yeah, tell me an individual. Give me I'll put it out there for everybody. What's the most breakable model? Not because you just destroyed it, but what is the model that busts the most?
I have to think about this because I intentionally build my models where I don't have to worry about that.
What do you like? Reinforce them with concrete?
No, I just cut all that shit off. All the dumb shit that breaks, I just don't put it on. It's stupid.
All right, you just take it out. You just say fuck it.
Yeah, like all the antennas that used. Remember when all the rhinos and Lehman Russes had antennas everywhere and bikes had antennas everywhere?
Oh,
I'd never put any of that shit on.
Because it destroys anyways. It fucking snaps off in a second. Like every one of my infiltrators just doesn't have their little backpack antenna guy with it.
Well, with those, what I did is I used metal. I used brass. I drilled a hole and put brass in. So instead of breaking, it breaks me by stabbing me in the finger.
First gen GW skeletons. Their arms were flimsy. I had that army.
I mean, I still think sisters, like some of the models that I always have, like they break all the damn time. They're anything with a cherub, anything that has an attached cherub is on my list of it's going to break.
More so than the Stiltswalkers idiots?
I haven't seen one because no one plays AdMac.
It's because it costs $1 million.
And the prices are going up next month, so it's going to cost even more.
3D printer go burr.
Finecast models break like no tomorrow too.
That they don't even count.
They do count because they're still in play. Like there's still Eldar Finecast models like Swooping Hawks and shit like that.
Those if you're an elf, your model's breaking is kind of what I think. And he's just getting stopped threw his sisters away because you're tired of destroying them.
They're going in the dumpster.
The swooping are crazy. They're also not weighted properly, so you have to weight them down. Oh, oof. Just all of the oof.
So what I'm trying to do, Brad, is I'm trying to line up. So the legs that the Rampager kit provides do not line up with where I want to position the gun. So I need to modify everything, or maybe just get new legs.
Does the normal Crutox stand on all fours?
Yes.
You're having him stand on deuces, right?
No. So with the way the new GW kits are, the legs only go together one way, which is cool, I guess, but it's annoying because you can't really convert it without heavy sculpting and green stuff, and I just don't want to worry about that right now. Let me go get a Crutox. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hold on.
I need to see a Crutox. Yo. Do you have a Rampager made also? Click, click, boom. Yeah.
All
He
right,
isn't hearing
so
me?
no, I take my headphones off because they're wired. I
Ah.
didn't hear a single thing you just said.
Ah.
So
That's
the
how I think you
actual,
listen to me, anyways.
I ignore you most of the things you say. So let me get on camera. So the actual crew tox has all four legs down. The guy's in a squat position, and the gun has a specific mount. I don't know if you can see it because it's prime black.
It is very camouflagey.
Yeah. Well, I'm priming them black, and then I'm gonna dry brush some whites and grays on them before I use orange contrast. But
No one can make fun of it. I can't make fun of this. You know what I'm using right now because so many of my headphones have broken and I'm super broke right now? These would be the Delta Airline free headphones they give out that are currently plugged into my computer.
so the Rampagers, on the other hand, let me get back on camera. There's either one or maybe 2 points of contact with the base, so they're just more of a dramatic pose. Like this guy, he would just be mounted in the center of the base.
Put them next to each other again. I need to see the comparison shots.
Yeah, that
Oh, I'm
it
standing.
is upside down because my camera is oriented upside down because I don't want the camera in my face.
Sissy. Uh, I kind of do like the standing up. It was better, to be honest with you.
This one, the actual crew tox or the Rampager?
No, the one, the tall guy. Let me pull my screen down so I can see the not delay. Your left hand.
So this one, okay. Yeah, so I have three of these, and they're in a static position, and you can't change anything about the static position. So I'm like, well, I don't want, nine of them, so alt three's fine. And then since this is the same exact body, I just wanted to have the gray gun, mounted here, so it looks like he's charging forward. Because crew tox have the same amount of attacks as a rampager and are 5 points cheaper.
Yep. And they have a goddamn gun.
Yeah,
Pew, pew,
so
pew.
you're always taking the crew tox over the rampagers, or
I
both.
agree. What are you playing, anyways? Have you decided?
So Eloise told me today, um, I was chatting in the group chat about the Rocky Top Hangout, that I kind of want to play a pure crew detachment. And then she took my phone from me, looked in my eyes, made sure she had my attention. Is like, you're taking this event seriously. You're not playing a trash tier list.
Nice. You got called out.
So I'm not playing a trash tier list. I don't know. Like, I have a couple different ideas of lists that I want to take, but it comes down to what I can get done. Like, I would really like to play an all crew list.
This is Eloise Coaching Services, $1 million an hour. I will whoop your ass into getting good.
That is a healthy rate. Kind of wish I was charging $1 million an hour.
I mean, you just charge too few. So
Somewhere between my rate and $1 million an hour.
yeah. So like, I have a Tau list drafted up with the Kion attachment. I think it will play very well. Will it win the GT? I don't know. I mean, ultimately, it comes down to tactical card pros and what missions I play certain armies on. Like if I play orcs in the corner deployment, that's going to be a bad match. Um,
If you play them on Crucible,
yeah, like then I'm like, well, I'm sorry, buddy, but your
yeah,
orcs are all dead.
guess you gotta take some time to cruise across that middle area there. Do 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 do.
So, Brad, did you know that I'm on a pointless crusade of pointlessness?
Do
But
what?
I'm
Where?
gonna.
How?
So, I found out a couple weeks ago that I was like 1 point away from being the best Tau player in the world
In
according
the
to ITC.
universe?
Yeah, because ITC rankings are totally the most accurate and subjective rankings ever. You know, they don't factor in, half the 40K players around the world, but, accurate. So now I'm gonna like try to get best Tau just because.
Well, For sure.
So
Be the best Tal.
what does it do? I don't know.
Be the best, period.
It means I have to go to Las Vegas probably.
Yeah. Just make that happen. Let's see. ITC rankings 2024. Do you have all 6 games played yet?
No, I don't. And I have 2 games on there with shit scores. Like one was a team tournament where I was just a mercenary and we got like 18th place or something. I don't remember. And the other one was another team tournament, I believe. So very easily replaceable scores if I go to any legitimate GT.
Let's see where you are. How many do you have? Do you have even 6?
No, I have 5.
What are you doing? Do I have any? How do you search for a person?
You you reveal all of the entries
I
and
did.
then you did you search your name.
Complete list. There we go. You have to do complete listing with Brandon.
You have 3 people or 3 games in.
I have 3 events. What do I have?
You have
North
the 2 team tournaments and Anna's event.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Anna. They have to have it too. Control F. That seems hard. This is not loading for shit. This is making me sad.
The app sucks.
Make stuff, do thing, happen. Thing stuff.
So this is the first year LVO isn't on my anniversary. So there's that.
So there's that. Well, the ITC rankings said
I
you
might
died.
be able to justify it this year without getting murdered.
I do have 3 events. Look at me. Team events count for so little.
Yeah, because you figure, okay, so for ATC, you have 22 8-person teams. So you take 22 times 8. That's how many players, and then each team gets the average of the top or their 8 player rankings. So 1 through 8th place gets average, and it lowers it for everybody. And then second place team gets 9th through 16th, gets averaged. It's not great.
That makes me sad.
But once again, ITC rankings really don't mean anything because they're not accurate. Like they don't.
I just went to the stat check things. Oh, this gives everybody. I am randomly up there still, even though I haven't played hardly any singles events this year. We'll see how it goes after the next 2 weeks. If I do well in the next 2 weeks, I'll jump back up.
So you have your set ELO, which is based on your win percentage and who you play against. And then they have a degrading mechanic where if you don't play in a GT every set period of time, then you start to degrade.
I went down. I was super high up, and then I'm like 11th according to their thing. But I haven't.
Yeah, you were 3rd for a while. But once again, that's not accurate because it doesn't reflect any German, Polish, Austrian.
No, it does. That's global.
It does not reflect those scores. I can damn well guarantee that.
It does. It doesn't have my last team event there, which is kind of annoying. But
no, it's only single player events. It's not team tournaments.
Which makes me sad because I have first on those things and stuff. Advertise your things because I'm gonna go coach here.
You're gonna go coach here.
I'm gonna go coach and do things.
We have to talk about what list I'm actually gonna take.
Well, tell me what you're taking. You've got 2 minutes.
I texted to you the other day.
Oh, well, just tell everybody what it is. Run it through.
Hold on, let me get my phone.
You should just know your list.
There's been a couple iterations of it.
I know. I feel my list in my bones.
You feel it so much that you forget certain models in it, causing you to lose games.
Well, I know what they are though. I just don't bring them.
So I have 2 units of stealth suits, 3 sky rays, 2 riptides, 3 piranhas, 1 ghost keel, a unit of crisis star scythe battle suits,
Missile
2
guys.
devilfish, 2 units of breachers, dark strider, a commander and enforcer battle suit with all the bullets, and commander shadow sun. That is 1995.
Pew, 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 pew. Where can I reach you?
If you want to reach me, we are on Still Frosty Gaming, one word, on all of our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We've actually been posting a whole entire series of how to help Eloise play Sisters of Battle better. So we've recorded a couple battle reports. They're currently being edited down, so they're more describable or digestible, not describable.
You know what we should also do? 59th minute. You should like and subscribe to the channel, everyone. It really helps us out. Leave a comment, and that also helps. Enjoy. Also, show up at one of the events we're playing at. I'll be in North Carolina at Mayhem. Pop on in. We'll be at Rocky Top in Knoxville. Am I going to Knoxville?
Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
And I'll be at a random RTT this Saturday trying to decide what my list is before I hit submit on Sunday. And then I'll be at Rocky Top. And then Eloise and I were chatting. I may even go to the Battle for the Capitol in Lansing, Michigan.
Nice.
So you should go if I go.
When's that?
It is June 29th and 30th. So the last weekend in June.
Let's do it. I'm in.
I'm going to stay at Mr. Bill's house.
Let's do it. I'm also going to stay at Bill's house.
You should probably ask him.
Just going to show up in your bag and pop out.
That would surprise no one.
True story. All right. On that, Queen's Wave, put your hand in the middle of the screen.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Stay milky.